Shalom. Just gonna play this video and we'll get right into it.
I'll be the judge of that.
To become.
Okay, so yeah, he asked Anton Walker a question, and you're gonna see why this is related, Lord willing, to this topic. So let's play. Then I'll do my intro.
Be surprised you see something great, man.
Listen to the question.
Antonio, what does it feel like? We've seen you have legendary and great nights. What does it feel like to envision, to actually get to the process and then to execute? What does that feel like on fight night?
It feels great, man. It feels like you worked your whole life, you prayed to God your whole life, and you trusted that process, and He blessed you. He tell you all you gotta do is believe, but don't believe. Life, you prayed to God your whole life, and you trusted that process, and He blessed you. He tell you all you gotta do is believe, but don't believe without putting in the work. So when I put in my work and I had that dream in mind, bro, I just didn't let it go. You know how many commentators try to switch me, change my mind? How many times you really think you can? Yeah, I really think I can win. In fact, I know I'm gonna win because I trusted it, and He didn't let me down, bro. So He didn't let me down, bro. No matter who, I believe, man, because I did the work. I knew I had the talent. I just needed the opportunity. All I needed was the chance to prove.
HALAL, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, RAWCHAA, QADASH. The water, YAHAWAH, forgiving us, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, who have the 100% spirit of YAHAWASHI in them. Double honors to the CT bishops, elders of GMS, our big brothers. Greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world who are prophesying in the true name of YAHAWASHI, which is none other than the power of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and anybody who descends from those people on their father's side. Shalom to those who are scattered abroad. I'm YAHWAH, Lord willing, serving the King of the universe, King YAHWASHI, from the power of YAHWAH. Lord willing, this is not too loud. You know, with my superb editing program here. Elite program there, but anyway, yeah, so you know, this will be a read with me number 2, and I was basically reading Daniel's 6th chapter. You know, since apostles to the Holy Spirit, you know, putting that foot to our fire to get back into the history, some more than others, including myself, you know, but yeah, so I was reading Daniel's this week, you know, so I was reading Daniel 6, I think Thursday, so you know, today I finally through the Spirit have time to do a video on it. So it's a beautiful read on faith, and you know, the topic of faith, that's what it's all about, right? That's what we hear, because we believe, you know, belief is based on you seeing things, you know, in this world. But the belief of the Most High and the Lord is based on what we don't see, you know. And so that's what I want to go into and read Daniel 6. Now I can get to Hebrews 11 and 1, but I don't want to make it too long. I want to just the read shows. I don't want to do long intros, which is, you know, I have a problem talking out, so I just want to get right into the scriptures. Read Daniel 6. And this is something we all need to hear, man, because, again, this is what it's all about. That's what we hear, and that's how you're going to get beat up in them chariots. That's why I started off with, that's not Antonio. That's Antonio Tarver, not Antoine Walker. I'm a basketball head, but I love boxing too. I just mixed up the names. But Antonio Tarver, you know, a great motivated, great speaker. And every time you hear him, he's pretty much captivating, man. So I saw that today, and I was like, man, I want to use that to intro this topic, because he was talking about how he made it. Everybody doubted him, and he believed. People try to say, man, you ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna do this. You're like, what, man? I can do it, because he always believed in himself, and that's where the men of the Lord are. You got family against you, so-called family. You got people that are in your life, work, job, or wherever you go, to set up, doing something for yourself. You got entities against you, man, but YAHAWASHI is for us. So who can be against us? And you know, we got YAHAWASHI to thank, because he's one, our prosecutor, pleading to the Most High and saying, look, this is my man. All right, you know, and we all here because of faith. So without further ado, I'm going to read Daniel 6. Read with me number 2. And remember, you got these purple punk ass, simp ass rangers, purple rangers or simps. We know what we're talking about. Call it the faith-based Israelites, man. But that's a compliment. You know, that's a compliment. We are faith-based Israelites. The elect are. So let's read Daniel 6, one of my favorite. Oh, here we go. Saint want to play.
You pronounce these Briokibans?
They're good. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced brioche. That's French.
A little sip right there. Anyway, Daniel's one of my favorite characters in scriptures, man. And Daniel's the lion's den, which is what we're going to go into. That's why I'm showing lions, which we all are in the spirit. King Lion, Yahawashi. My favorite is a leopard, by the way. I love leopards. Highest stealth rate, kill rate, agility, pound for pound, the best killing cat. Anyway, Daniel 6 goes into faith. And this is what it's about. So let's read. Read with me, number 2. This is Daniel 6 and 1. It reads, It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 princesses, which should be over the whole kingdom. And over these 3 presidents, of whom Daniel was first, the princesses might have accounts unto them. The king should have no damage. It said, which Daniel had a high position in this in the court of Darius, because prior, if you read chapter 5, it goes into the fall of the Assyrian Empire, that Darius, the king, the leader of the Persians, the Medes and the Persians, brought down the Assyrian Empire, which is in Daniel 7 and 8. It goes into that. Let's read, Salak. It said, it pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 princes, which should be over the whole kingdom. And over these 3 presidents, of whom Daniel was first, that the princesses might have accounts unto them, and the king should have no damage. This Daniel was preferred above the presidents and princes, because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king thought to set him over the whole realm. Then the presidents and the princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they could find none occasion, no fault. For as much as he was faithful, neither was there any error or fault find in him. Then said, and who was he faithful to? None other than Abba Yahawah, through his son Yahawashi. All right, just like we are, the hopeful elect. Okay, faith-based Israelites. Right? Just like Daniel in the lion's den, man. That's who we are. All right? Then said these men, it said, then said these men, we shall not find any occasion against this Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of his power. Then these presidents and princes assembled together to the king, and said thus unto him, King Darius, live forever. All the presidents of the kingdom, the governors, and the princes, and the counselors, and the captains have consulted together to establish a royal statute, and to make a firm decree, that whosoever shall ask a petition of any power, or God, or man for 30 days, save of thee, O king, he shall be cast into the den of lions. Now, O king, establish the decree, and sign the writing, that it be not changed, according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which alter not. Now here they are, they conspired, even though it seemed well, because they were honoring King Darius, but they conspired a plan to cast an occasion against Daniel because they envied him. And they were jealous of him. And they couldn't find any fault in Daniel because he was a man of the Lord, right? And he done many great acts before this point, because remember, this is in his older age at this point, and he already did magnificent acts with Nebuchadnezzar, right? I'm sorry, I made a mistake. That was the Babylonian Empire, okay? I said the Assyrian, I'm sorry. Nebuchadnezzar was part of the Babylonian Empire that Darius brought down. Salaki, that was Assyrian, Babylonian, the Medes and the Persians, and then we got the Greeks, you know, the Romans, right? So Salak, I said that a few minutes ago, Salak about that. Right? Now, so they conspired a plan to plot against him, man. So they said to the king Darius, look, if we find anybody who worships any other god besides you, let him be thrown in the den of lions, in short. Knowing that Daniel worshipped YAHAWASHI, man. Right? So they did it on purpose, they knew. So it says, now, O king, establish the decree, and sign the writing, that it be not changed, according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which altereth not. Wherefore King Darius signed the writing and the decree. Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his windows being open in his chamber toward Jerusalem, the east, right? He kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day, and prayed and gave thanks before his power, Abba Yahawah by YAHAWASHI, as he did aforetime. When these men assembled and found Daniel praying and making supplication before his power, then they came near and spake before their king concerning the king's decree. Hast thou not signed a decree, that every man that shall ask a petition of any power or man with 30 days, save of thee, O king, shall he be cast into the den of lions? The king answered and said, This thing is true, according to the law of the Medes and the Persians, which altereth not. So Daniel knew what they did, and did like he always did aforetime, prayed 3 times a day to the east, to Abba Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. So these damn heathens, caught Daniel in the act, knowing that he was going to be praying, right? Which they conspired in the first place to do. Here we go. Esau love, this commercial.
Sometimes a basic meal is fine.
Always trying to sell you food, man.
It's not. If you had the 20.
Always trying to fucking sell you something. Anyway. Let's continue, right? So it said, then answered they and said, before the king, that Daniel, which is of the children of the captivity of Judah, regardeth not thee, O king, nor the decree that thou hast signed, but maketh his petition 3 times a day. That's right. 3 3 means understanding, by the way, one of my favorite numbers. And again, they just ratted out, you know, which they planned in the first place on Daniel, man. So their plan looks like it's working perfectly, right, in their favor to get him out of there. Everything's going to go to plan. But like the brother high priest, well, when I say high priest, in the spirit, he is brother Zakar, nicknamed son of Aaron, a beloved brother of ours and of mine. He says, he told me a quote recently, something to the effect like, your plans, you make plans, but the Most High laughs at your plans. Something to that effect. And that's the truth, man. You make plans and please, it don't pan out, man. The Lord's in control. All right, so they made a plan, think it's gonna work, but they don't know. They're about to find out by YAHWAH's plans, man. It says again, so then the king, when he heard these words, was sore displeased with himself, and set his heart on Daniel to deliver him, and he labored till the going down to the sun to deliver him. Then these men assembled. So Darius, you know, had love for he was a benevolent king, so to speak, right? A heathen, so to speak, and he had mercy, and he liked Daniel because he heard of all the legendary stories of what Daniel did when he was had a leadership role in the kingdom of the Babylonian Empire, second in command under Nebuchadnezzar, man. He was renowned. That's why when Darius took over the Babylonian Empire, it was whispers about a wise man, one of the wise presidents or leaders, not leaders, one of the wise spiritual leaders in his cabinet, and it was Daniel. His title was Belshazzar, I believe. Excuse me, not Belshazzar. Belshazzar. Okay? They sound similar. But anyways, let's keep reading. Then these men assembled unto the king and said unto the king, now, O king, that the law of the Medes and the Persians is that no decree, no statute which the king established may be changed. Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions. Excuse me, I skipped a part. Then the king, verse 14, when he heard these words, was sore displeased with himself, and set his heart on Daniel to deliver him, and he labored till the going down of the sun to deliver him, trying to think of a way how to get Daniel out of this. Then these men assembled unto the king, and said unto the king, know, O king, that the law of the Medes and the Persians is that no decree, no statute which the king established may be changed. Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel. So Darius couldn't figure out a way how to get him out of it, because he would look like a hypocrite if he were to cast favoritism upon Daniel, not knowing that these 3 demons set this all up in the first place to get Daniel out of there, man. Because he knew he worshipped YAHWASHI, not Darius. But Darius didn't know what they did, so he had to succumb to what he signed. He signed an agreement that he got to keep his word. Then these men assembled unto the king and said unto the king, know, O king, that the law of the Medes and the Persians is that no decree, no statute which the king established may be changed. Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, thy power, whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. And a stone was brought and laid upon the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own signet and with the signet of his lords, that the purpose might be not changed according to Daniel. So when Daniel went in there, these effing commercials, boy.
Behind me is all new Toyota Prius Prime.
Look at this, another simp.
Some test rides, but blindfolded.
Why don't you join the Purple Rangers, man? Anyway. So Darius said what? Well, his last words to him was, look. He said, verse 16, it said, now the king spoke and said unto Daniel, thy power, whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. So even Darius knew. I heard about the legends of this great man. I got people telling me about him and put him in all this, you know, that the YAHAWASHI is with him. I know that your power is going to deliver you. He didn't know how. So they put a big stone to block, to not him escape, and to close up the den. Verse 18, it says, then the king went to his palace and passed the night fasting. Damn, I forgot even said that. Neither were there instruments of the music brought before him, and his sleep went from him. The king arose very early in the morning and went into haste onto the den of lions. So, hey, Darius was stressing, man, because he had love for Daniel, a heathen. And he fasted for Daniel, man. That's heavy. I forgot I even said that. You see? And when he came to the den, and so he couldn't sleep, woke up early in the morning to see how Daniel was doing, if he was alive, praying that he was okay. And when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. Lament means cry, like, Daniel, how you say it in the Hebrew. I gotta look it up in the Hebrew. Daniel. Don't quote me on that. I gotta look up in the Hebrew. I forgot. So he cried on to him to say, let's bring it back. Sorry about this, man. I don't got the best editing over here.
British soldiers have returned to Greece and historic out.
Slack, yeah, man. I don't got the I don't got the best editing. Satan just trying to interrupt, you know. The thing's not even done. All right, let's finish up. It says, so you already know. So let's keep reading. Right, he called on him, lamenting. And when he came to the den, he cried with a. Then the king arose early in the morning and went in haste unto the den of lions. And he came to the den, and he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living power, is thy power, whom thou servest, continually able to deliver thee from the lions? So he was waiting. He said, "Did your power deliver? Did your power who delivered you, who served you continually, did he deliver you?" And he's wondering if he's going to get it. He could be dead, right? So you got to imagine this probably was a little bit of silence, right? You got to, like Apostle Gabar, you got to extrapolate, man. You got to put yourself in it, man. The drama of this, dramatic. I bet there was a little silence, maybe 10 seconds or longer. And then a voice, verse 21. Then sent Daniel unto the king, O king, live forever. My power, Abba YAHAWASHI, hath sent his angel and hath shut the lion's mouth, that they have not heard me. Forsaken as before him, innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O king, I have done no hurt. Then was the king exceedingly glad for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no manner of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in his power. And mind you, these ain't no kitty cats like we're looking at now of this world, 2023. Boy, Satan interrupting. Fucking annoying. All right. All right. And so these were ancient lines, man, okay? So it says, and the king commanded that they brought those men, and then was the king exceedingly glad for him and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. We're going to speed it up. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no manner of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in his power. And the king commanded that they brought those men which had caused Daniel, and they cast them into the den of lions, them and their children, and their wives, damn. And the lions had the mastery of them, and broke all of their bones in pieces, wherever they came out at the bottom of the den. Then King Darius wrote unto all the people, damn, nations and languages that dwell on all the earth, peace be multiplied unto you. I make a decree that in every dominion of my kingdom men tremble and fear before the power of Daniel. For he is the living power and steadfast forever, and his kingdom that we shall not be destroyed, and his dominion shall be even unto the end. He delivereth and rescueth, and he worketh signs and wonders in heaven and in earth, who hath delivered Daniel from the power of the lions. So this Daniel prospered in the reign of Darius, in the reign of Cyrus the Persian. So all right, that was Daniel's 6th chapter, man. And how did he succumb? How did he overcome that? Because he had the faith of YAHAWASHI. He was a Hebrew Israelite in the faith of YAHAWASHI, man. And that's where we're in the study. He didn't make it there because he was rubbing his wife's feet, having party Passovers, or because he was decked out, had a bunch of gold on him, or whatever. He made out the lines then because he had faith of YAHAWASHI. All right. Before one of the scariest creatures known to man, a lion. Not one, but a few of them, man. Probably 5, 6, 7, who knows how many in there. A den of lions. Hungry too. Who knows how long they didn't eat. But they didn't touch it. They didn't touch Daniel. He probably was petting him, who knows, man. Probably petting him and stuff. You know what I mean? Probably sleeping on him as a pillow, you know? I actually have a picture of Daniel in the lion's den, but it's in storage, so I would have loved to show it for the show. But Daniel's one of my favorite characters, one of the amazing stories of his miracles, man. I love reading it. I never get tired of that. Even when he broke down Nebuchadnezzar's dreams, that was incredible, man, because Nebuchadnezzar threatened to kill everybody if nobody broke down his dream. And the thing was, Nebuchadnezzar said, I'm not going to even tell you what it was. You gotta tell me what my dream was without even me telling you. And that's when Daniel broke down with Daniel's 2nd chapter of the statue that he saw in a dream with the golden head, right, etc., the silver chest with it, etc., legs of iron, feet of clay, which talked about all the kingdoms prior to the Assyrians, all the way down to the last kingdom, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, America, which we're in right now. Lions are brothers too. We're all a family, but brothers as well. Pride, a pack. Okay. So just wanted to bring it out. Now, read with me number 2, Daniel's the 6th chapter. And great times are coming because why? Faith-based Israelites, coined by the Purple Rangers, the Simp Camp, and the water. for that name, because that's what it's all about, man. And that's it. So I think I said everything, covered everything, and I pray this Lord was with this video. Daniel's in the lion's den. It's time to cut because, you know.
Okay, so what if we
Another
question
simp.
our policy?
And what if it's late at night?
And what if
Another simp. Simp TV over here. Alright, so you know. So that's it, man. So I'll shut up. So here you go. So review number 2. I hope you enjoyed this, and see you in the next one. HALAL, Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, QADASH. The water, Yahweh, for giving us Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS who had 100% spirit of Yahawashi in them. Double honors to the CT bishops, elders of GMS, our big brothers. Greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world. Prophesy in the true name of Yahawashi. We wait for King Yahawashi, the King, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. He's close to save us, man. The King Lion. Shalom.